Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is David and today we're playing Trove, and I'm building a cornerstone. And I know what you're thinking, Dave, you're building faster than the game code allows. You're right, it's because I'm just that good. No, of course it's through the old editing magic. Go ahead and give it that 4 times speed in Windows Movie Maker. Yeah, I still gotta find a better editing software, but that'll come with time. So today we're building a cornerstone, a base, a home of sorts, and I'm doing a, should I save it, or should I not? Well, I already started the sentence, I might as well finish it. I'm building a floating castle in the sky, and the story behind this castle in the sky is that one day it was like being lifted out of the ground by, of course, magic, and the residents of this castle, they were trying to not let it, come from the sky, or ascend into the sky, and so what they tried to do is they tried to tie it down with these ropes, but it just wasn't working, and in their peril to try and save the castle from floating away, what wound up happening was most of them did not make it out, and by most of them I mean all of them. And how I would narrate how I found my way to this castle is that well, it's very simple. I found my way to this castle, and I claimed it as my own, because apparently at some point the castle decided it needed to stop floating, even though the chains really weren't doing anything to stop it. It was just more of a cosmetic point, cosmetic look at that point. And really, the ropes really tie the build together much more than anything else really does. At this point in the build. So I must say, before we get much deeper into the video, as I am a very small time person in the YouTube, if you do enjoy this build, enjoy the video, and enjoy my commentary, and you're new, go ahead and leave a like, and if you're feeling really adventurous and you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. And if you are one of my subscribers already and you did like the video and you've already gone through the process of hitting the like button, which sometimes I don't do either, so trust me, I don't blame you if you didn't do it, go ahead and share with your friends who you think might like this video. Help me become as big as my ego. I would greatly appreciate it. So back to the contents of the video. Just so if it isn't clear by now, and if you haven't already gotten sick from watching it, this video moves very fast. So if you get a little motion sickness from watching things go by very fast on your screen, I'd recommend just closing your eyes and letting the sounds of my soothing voice through this awkwardly positioned microphone seduce you. Oh, baby. Yeah, no, that is not a seductive breathe. That is not seductive breathing. I would not recommend ever doing that unless it is for comedic purposes. Which is now what I'm going to write it off is what I was doing it for. I swear I wasn't actually trying. Okay, I kind of was, alright? I'm sorry, I'm not that good at the whole seductive breathing thing. Some people are, but me, I'm just like, no, I'm not a mouth breather that often. My breathing primarily comes through my nose, so I haven't mastered such mouthful techniques, if I could, boldly state. But that's fine, I'll work on it. So here we are, we're working on the top platform now, where the castle is eventually going to go. To be honest, I wasn't particularly sure what I was going to put up on top of this platform. I really wasn't. All I knew was I wanted what was on the bottom of the platform to look a particular way, and the rest was kind of throwable. And I started this and I was thinking I wanted something original, and after these chain platforms below it, I threw originality out the door. I googled original cornerstone builds. Guess what? There was a flying castle, and I took that. Now, I did not copy the flying castle. This was my own castle that I constructed myself. So, if you're somehow the person that had that, who's probably much more popular than me at this point, and you somehow had copyright on that castle, do not worry, I did not steal your castle in its exactness. I'm not taking credit for your castle in its exactness. Take it as that I was greatly inspired by your castle, and I am making my own version to, you know, enjoy the game in the way I want to, and who knows if people really like this castle. Show how other people can build castles similar to yours and mine, primarily yours, but that's quite all right. You see, I'm a neon ninja in the game. There's a smiley face right there, and that gives me an excess amount of jumps. And I'm a patron, which gives me some more jumps. That's a pay with money thing. I'm kind of ashamed for doing that, but not really, because I'm hooked on the game right now, and I think $8 and 15 days of added benefits, I think it's not too much of a crazy price. In my own mentality, some would argue otherwise, and I think they would be fair to argue otherwise. The placing of this dirt on the bottom side of the platform really went in two phases. First, I wanted it to be like, you know, those platforms beneath where the castle would be standing on. I was thinking like I would fill it in with dirt except everywhere that those platforms are. So like imagine like when the castle is being pulled up, they tied it as the ground at the bottom of the castle would not stop, and eventually just a piece of the ground just clunked off and the castle kept ascending. But eventually I just started spamming brown blocks down there, and I was like, you know, look good. So that panned out well for me, and it slowly turned into like this more cartoony version of the Minecraft grass block, where like the grass on the dirt block was actually like another pixel wider than the block dimensions that the game allows, which I thought was kind of cool, so I kind of stuck with it. At this point, I got a phone call. It was some automated bullshit, so I hung up, and then I began to build the castle. In a few moments. Yeah, here we go. And first rundown, I was like, okay, let's do this to try and work around my things, but I realized, you know what, screw it, working around it's not going to work. I just got to tear it all down again. And so I did for everything, and I began the castle construction from there, which was relatively easy considering I love symmetry, and castles are generally symmetric, or at least the fantasy type of castle we're thinking of. I know that there are castles that exist out there that aren't symmetric, and I think there's a lot to be said about a person who can build in a way that fights symmetry, especially when you're given an even-numbered platform. 16 by 16. Look, I get it, but even numbers are not that good when it comes to one block wide things. Because if you want to have symmetry and like a one-way doorway, you either have to put it to the side, off the center of the entire platform, or you have to go a double-wide doorway or an even number-wide doorway, which it's just a tiny quirk I have from Minecraft, alright? I mean, I would always use odd-number plots if I was building something, and that's just the way it was. If I was on a server where they didn't have unnumbered plots, I would just blend one or two lines of the plot to look like the area surrounding it, because I just could not live with frickin' even number builds. So in creating cornerstones, the 3 of them that I have so far, I've had to fight my hatred of symmetry, or rather, even numbers in symmetry. I think I love symmetry when it's odd-numbered, because it allows you to do tighter things. I don't have a better word for it at the moment. It's tight, baby. That's what it is. It's tight, and so you're just gonna have to deal with that phrasing now. It's moist, and so. Yeah, that was something I learned about myself through this process, which is fine. So at this point now, I'm just struggling to. At first I was gonna record this like live commentary. If you can't tell right now, this is post-recording commentary. Maybe I should have clarified that earlier in the ramble. Yeah, but no, this is post-recording commentary, and normally I like to do it during live commentary, but I knew that it would just take too long to do it, and I would just wind up being forcing commentary, which is kind of something I'm doing right now, but I'm starting to get the flow back, so that's fine. Now we're getting the staircase to the 3rd floor, which I don't think I even remembered to use. Because my character has so many jumps, I abuse that, and I think that's why I enjoy it so much, is because I can abuse it. I think it's just fun, just going wee 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 like that. It's just, I don't know. Is it empowering? It's like feminism for me. It's empowering. Oh man, I'm gonna get in so much trouble for the LGBT community for saying that word. Okay, so. Just ignore I said that, would you? So, see, now I'm trying to force commentary to get out of an awkward situation. So, what should I say about Trove? I should tell you that I am addicted to the game. I meant to do more recording in between sessions like this, but the honest thing was I just sat down, said, oh, I'll only put in like an hour, and then next time I look at the clock, it's like 3 in the fucking morning, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm not going to be able to record now because I am a bit loud when I record live. In fact, very, very much loud. And I wanted to get some friends to join me, but they were all doing things. One was at drill. The other just got back up to here because he lives down in the cities for school, and he came back for a little bit, and he was hanging out with other friends, and I wasn't going to take him away from that. Because I do not think I'm the center of the universe, unlike what most people would tell you. I do not think I'm the center of the universe. I just think if there is a center of the universe, I'm really close to it. is what I would bargain and say. I put in fences here because I think it added color. And what I like about this gate coming up is I accidentally derped up and like planted these fences the wrong way. And then I said, you know what? I'll go with it because it looked cool. And call it a happy accident. I think sometimes the universe just gives you a little fist bump for being stupid sometimes. So at this point in time, the majority of the build now that I need to improve it is adding shade variances of blocks, which will really just take patience, and glass blocks, which I have yet to find the ore for, and I'm kind of trying to not find the ore for, and I'm really just running around killing things because I enjoy killing things. Until I get some friends along, or maybe one that's actually played the game before, God, who could help me with the things I do not yet understand. I mean, seriously, come on, man, you have experience in this game, why don't you play with me? And so that should be something we can also look forward to in the future, is me recognizing that I do not know everything, even though I clearly do. Not funny. So yeah, the struggle continues. At this point, I try finishing off my ropey platforms, but I have to go and get more enchanted logs for that. And so I just place fence post where I can to again try and add a little color to this very Greyscale castle, which I think I have officially named Greyscale Castle in the middle of this narrative. So that's good to know. The Flying Greyscale Castle. Alright, and now here we are for like the final reveal. Here's it being built one layer of blocks at a time, and I think that seeing it the first time was really surreal for me, and I really loved that. It made me happy. So I'm giving you a very brief tour because I knew the episode was running long, and I just wanted to keep it nearly as short as I possibly could. Because, some viewers of mine had said, hey Dave, maybe you should do shorter episodes, but more. Like, another episode a day. So, like, you cut an episode's recording time in half, but you can put out twice as much because you're cutting an episode's recording time in half. And I'm like, man, you really do not understand how this works, do you? But I decide I'll cater to this one viewer because, honestly, I appreciate the input of you guys a lot more than I think you would know, and, maybe Binding of Isaac videos will not be able to be cut in half because, honestly, I think if you interrupt the flow of Binding of Isaac videos, it's not that good. But for videos like these, yeah, I can cut it up into shorter segments and upload more per week. I think that is a perfectly fine claim. And I think it's not too hard of an achievable goal. I mean, hopefully I won't have to do many more of these narratives because I much prefer live, and I much prefer the shenanigans of live, along with shenanigans with my friends live, which hopefully we'll be getting to very soon. After all, it's a free-to-play game now, so it shouldn't be too hard to convince these fools, hey, you should play this game I like. It's really the getting their time to do it. So, without much further ado, I want to say, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. And once again, as a small guy on YouTube, I must say, if you liked the video, leave a like on it. If you're new, subscribed, and if you've already subscribed before, or if you're already subscribed and you liked it, go ahead and share it with your friends on social media, or maybe just the select few friends that you think will like it, if you want to save your reputation as not being a total weirdo. Don't worry, when I'll be famous one day, you'll be able to slap them in the face and to say, "Told ya I was cool," which, by the way, I'll never endorse. See you next time.